Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back for another video. It is a good day to have a good day. I'm so excited to be filming this because this is probably my favorite gift guide. This is one of my favorite gifts to give. It's one of my favorite gifts to receive. And I just feel like membership gifts are the gifts that keep on giving. And they're also a way to give a gift to somebody who you aren't really sure what to get them, or maybe you just want to broaden the horizons of your friend, your parent, your whomever. Membership gifts are the perfect thing to do. So I have 10 memberships that I've picked out for you guys today. Let's get started. So number one is book of the month. I started doing book of the month probably early 2021. I was in a place where I really wanted to make reading a bit more of a regular habit. I wanted to try newer things, be outside of my genre, maybe pick things that I wouldn't naturally pick when I'm either scrolling through Kindle and really getting stuff that's based on things that I've been reading, not necessarily something that I could potentially be interested in outside of that bubble, or like going through a bookstore. The bookstores that I tend to go through are some of our smaller local ones, and I really love and adore them, but their selection is a bit smaller. So I decided to invest in book of the month. It's around $12 or $13 a month, and every single month you get a credit for a book. Now, as a gift, you can give several different credits. There are a couple of different ways that you can gift Book of the Month Club. I will link all of those details down below. But with it, you have the option to pick between 5 different books every month. You can skip books if there's months where you're not really feeling the books that they have, or they do have some top contenders that you can do, and they have other book options, like newer book options available that you can also add into your cart. So it's really a great deal, a great price. But if you have somebody who really likes to read, or maybe is always into like the newer genre books, there have been a lot of books that I've seen become really popular that were debut authors or newer people that started on Book of the Month or kind of had their like moment there. A lot of things that people have fallen in love with have started with Book of the Month. So highly recommend it. It's been one of my highlights of the year, and I love it. I have a Christmas book right now, and it's super festive, and that's like my plan to read on Christmas Day if I don't finish it between now and then, which I probably won't, but I love it. Number two, the Detox Market Box. Now, I've tried so many different like beauty subscription boxes over the years. I did Ipsy for a couple months. I did Birchbox when it first launched. I really, before I became the influencer side of the world and like got more samples and got to try my hands on products, I followed all of the bloggers and I really wanted to try a lot of products. And it felt like there weren't a lot that were really floating my boat, really worked with me, that felt like I was getting the product and the money match that I really wanted. And Detox Market is hands down the best subscription box I've ever given myself. It's always worth more like in value with what you get than what you pay for it. I do have a full review on this one on the blog. I will leave it down below. And you'll get new brands, you'll get new products. It's such a great way to try clean beauty that tends to be more luxurious and just really incorporate that into your routine. It's great. There's so many different options that you could do 3, 6, you can pay monthly, you can do a year. It's all amazing. There's so many great brands like Josh Rosebrook, Kyra Weiss, Ilia Beauty. I want to say, I don't know if Tata Harper's done it, but a lot of the brands that they stock have done different months, different packages. You never really know what you're going to get, but they tend to always be worth it. So number 3 is called Alltrue, and this is previously called Causebox, and it's one of my favorites for more of like a home, like feely type of stuff because it supports small like artisan businesses. So they have tons of different things. The boxes are constantly changing, but if you know somebody who's really just into more unique handcrafted pieces in their home, this is the perfect membership to get. Number 4, Rent The Runway. Now, this is one of my favorites. You guys know this top is from Rent The Runway. It's in my current rental, and it's something that I go back and forth with using consistently. It's something that I found has helped me really explore my style a little bit more. It's helped me to try new pieces. It's been great for things like I have a wedding coming up this weekend and I changed my plan this month, so I popped a few dresses in there. It's also great for shooting content, or if you're traveling and maybe you need several things that are just in a completely different climate than you would ever get use out of. It's perfect for that. But it's also great if you just like trying new stuff regularly and you want something that's a little bit nicer in quality, but you don't want to have to spend thousands of dollars on new clothes every month. So I love it. They take care of all your laundry. You get what you need. They really learn your sizes. I've done a full review on the blog. It's been something that I've come back to time and time again. And every time I come back to Rent the Runway because I need it for something, they've gotten better. The plans have gotten better. They're constantly upping their game. I cannot recommend them enough. Number 5, dry farm wines. Now, I know there's so many different like alcohol subscriptions out there, and everybody has a personal preference for things. But one of the things that I found as I've really explored my anxiety and my body and my mood and my hormones and everything that comes with that is that I'm very heavily affected with sugar and alcohol. I tend to find that like if it's sugary or if it's not really a low sugar, low carb kind of keto paleo based wine, that it just does not work well for me. I don't feel really well with it. It's not a good vibe. And dry farm is one of the best for having wine if you're somebody who really likes it, but without having like loads of alcohol in it and still being able to enjoy your wine, but not having all of the like negative anxiety boosting effects that come with it. So I have a couple of different subscriptions. There's the red, there's the white, there's the sparkly, there's the rosé. They tend to be a little bit more lower in sugar, but if you have somebody that is really trying to stick to keto in the new year, or you really enjoy a glass of wine, but you don't love the hangover that you get from it, they have a lot of great plans. You can't go wrong with it. I will link it in the description box below. Number 6. Now, I use the news app pretty much every day, and I'm going to show you guys what I mean on my iPad because I've been using it on my phone for a few years. But one of the things for me that I started to do in the last few years is I've been exploring my habits and just becoming more eco-friendly and looking at the places where maybe I could do it better is magazines. And I'm always looking for new inspo photos and just kind of looking for ways to create content in a way that's not a replica of everybody else, is not a replica of just Pinterest, that's really helping me explore outside of the box. I feel like a lot of my content and the way that I like to create is very much more of a fashion storytelling, like I want that vibe. I want it to be elegant. I want it to be glam. I want it to be inspired by a lot of things, and I like to take inspiration from people who are really getting to photograph at the highest level. So for me, I signed up for news a while ago, and I know there are a couple of different like magazine subscriptions you can do, but news works for me. I will link the other ones in the description box below. But with this subscription, I think it's like $10 a month, is you get access to all the magazines. So these are the ones that I've selected to read, and I will go through and kind of skim them, read them. I can search through and find articles. So a lot of times, maybe there's somebody whose magazine you want to read and it's not coming out in the US. I think Khloe Kardashian did, Cosmo in the UK, or somebody's somewhere in another country, and I really wanted to read the article, really wanted to read whatever, and I just had access to it. I can screenshot stuff, I can save things whenever we're prepping for content, I can like bookmark stuff. It's just a really easy way to be a bit more eco-friendly with it, and you just get so many magazines. Like I've been really loving The Hollywood Reporter lately. That's been a go-to for me. I'll pop in and out of Men's Health if there's somebody whose article I want to read. If you love The New Yorker, it's on here as well. I'm always reading Runner's World. Runner's World is like a staple for me. So tons of magazines. It's just such a great way to stay up to date with things, have access to information, get all of your magazines, but not have to worry about having all that extra like paper and just stuff in your house, because now you don't have to worry about what to do with it when you're done with it, but you get loads of magazines. Number 7, the Peloton app. Now, I know that not everybody is a Peloton person, so welcome to the party. And I have had the bike for 2 years. I've done a review on the bike. I can't say that I use the bike as much as a lot of Peloton people. I recently joined the Tread Facebook group, and I'm really loving it, because for me, a lot of the times with the Peloton app in general, there's just so much good content across the board that I feel like when people ask me if there's an app that they can start doing that really caters to all levels, that gives you the flexibility of a lot of different workouts, or maybe gives you the ability to access just a lot to cover your like mental and physical health, the Peloton app really comes to mind every single time. Because with at-home workouts, with their like boot camp workouts, with their meditation, you don't necessarily need to have either the bike or the tread to be able to maximize on it. But if you're somebody who wants to work out in the new year and they're like, I only have 10 minutes a day, there's so many good lower body, body weight, whatever workouts. I tend to do a lot of their yoga ones at home. That's kind of my like calm vibe, and they have evening ones. Did an evening Peloton yoga class the other night and it was beautiful. I'm probably gonna do one tonight. There's such a range in what they offer. It's such a great gift if you're looking for like a membership gift for somebody who's just looking to be supported in their wellness in the new year. Number 8, Classpass. And I was talking about this with a friend the other day, and it's something that I haven't used in years because I live in a small town and we don't need Classpass here. It's not that big. But when I lived in Atlanta, it was one of my favorite things. Classpass is a great option because you pay one fee a month and you have access to many different types of workout classes. There are definitely, if I remember correctly, there are caps on how many times you can work out at a certain place. But if you're somebody who really just likes to switch it up and you don't necessarily want to pay for one membership at one place, or you're somebody who likes to do multiple classes, but you just want to be able to spread that around and have multiple memberships and make the most of your budget. I've done, I think when I had it, I did Pure Barre classes. I would do like cross training classes. There was a couple of different vibes that I just kind of bounced around and really enjoyed exploring. I think it's a great option if you're somebody who's maybe moving to a new area and you're really wanting to find your studio and find the vibe and just try a bunch of stuff out. Or if you're somebody who just likes the flexibility, maybe you have a set routine of what you do and then for the rest of it you just want to be flexible. It's such a good gift. It's such a good way to like keep yourself engaged with a workout routine, because that can get really boring and we have a really long time to convince ourselves to work out. Number 9, Trifecta. I mentioned this on stories the other day, but it's essentially a meal delivery service that does your pre-planned meals every week. You don't get to pick anything with them. So it's not like a HelloFresh or a Sunbasket where you're cooking everything and you're picking your meals. Instead, it's more, if you've seen the advertisements for Factor, think more along the lines of that, but they do have more dialed in specific meals. So for me, I'm a paleo-based eater. I find that that's really what aligns best for me, is to have no dairy, no gluten, no refined sugar. That's really where I feel and look my best. But the problem is a lot of times you can't find paleo-based meals. So I did it for our first little bit as 10 meals a week. And I think that'll probably flux for us depending on how busy we are and what's going on. But it's been so nice because one of the things that I felt like I really need supported in, as I've been looking to just be more mindful about how I can support myself and feel more supported and continue to grow myself and my business and the space in our community, is being able to eat nutritiously and not have to deal with every single meal for myself. I am a single woman. I don't want to have to cook all of my meals all the time. It's been really nice to not have to think about every single meal of the day. So I've been using it for dinners and lunches depending on the day. You can kind of pick your plan depending on if you want breakfast, lunch, or dinner. And so I've been using it as like, I'll have breakfast, I'll have whatever, I'll have lunch, and it might be a salad, it might be a smoothie, it might be a wrap, depending on the day. And then tonight for dinner, it's the one meal that I have a rough idea of what I want. I'm going to go in the fridge and I'm going to heat it up, and then I'm going to enjoy my dinner, and it's going to be less dishes and less for me to have to deal with tonight. And it's going to be so nice to have that extra 20 to 30 minutes to just breathe, take it all in, feel like I'm collecting myself, feeling like I'm supporting myself, nourishing myself, and then I can go about the rest of my night doing the editing that I need to do. And number 10, I mentioned this in my luxury gift video, but Masterclass. I waited for so long to sign up for Masterclass, but once I started listening to who was teaching it and who I could learn from and just really started taking the classes, I really started enjoying it. And I feel like with Masterclass, it's like a podcast, but like times 10 in the fact that you're getting very structured content. You're really getting to learn things. You're really getting to dive into specific questions for stuff. So far, I've fully completed Bob Iger's, Shonda Rhimes, most of Sarah Blakely, and then Robin Arzon. And all of them have been different in their vibe. You can also just listen to the audio if you want that. But with Shonda's and hers so far that I've listened to has felt like the most intense, and I've learned the most and really felt like I was sitting in a masterclass with Shonda. Like having a conversation that I probably wouldn't get to have to that extent, and being taught how to tell a story and what it looks like to have a pilot and to really break that down. So there's a ton of them available. It's such a great way to learn. There's so many, like you can do small classes, you could sit down and do lots at a time, but there's somebody that you admire that's gotten to a place of like a lot of success, like just up there. They have done it. They can say they've done it. They have made the money doing it. Chances are they've made a masterclass. And I do have a blog post on it, kind of comparing it to Skillshare, because that was one of the things that I sat down and thought, well, what's the difference? Like, why would somebody want masterclass over Skillshare? And I think with Skillshare, you can really learn very specific tools. So I've gone in to learn different things like how to use Premiere Pro, or if I bought a camera and I have really specific questions about that. Those tend to be very targeted and very niche towards answering certain questions. With Masterclass, you're getting the expertise of somebody who's done this at like a professional, super high level. They have a lot of knowledge to give. They have a lot of knowledge to share, and it's 100% worth the money. So That is all I have for you guys today. I hope that if you're still Christmas shopping, this helps and that you found a membership gift to maybe give yourself or to give a loved one. But I can't believe we're only a few weeks away from Christmas. So make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up because it really supports my channel. Don't forget to subscribe. I upload new videos every week. If you want to come hang out with me on Instagram to see more of what I'm doing in everyday life, more products, more reviews, all that jazz, and be sure to sign up for the newsletter in the description box below. We do a weekly update on all the good vibes, the giveaways that we're doing. I am doing a giveaway for VLOGMAS. I almost forgot to tell you guys about it. So I'm giving away 4 Terra Cafes, and I will leave the link for all of that information in the description box below. But I'm gonna go heat up my trifecta meal and pour myself a glass of wine and take a deep breath. So I love you. It's a good day to have a good day, and I hope you all have a beautiful day wherever you are. Bye guys.